Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm Handington, and today I'm gonna be drawing Holly and her costume. Normally, when I do this, I start out the video with the light sketch already done. For this video, I wanted to sort of show the process a little bit. I like to make a new outfit every Halloween for her, so she doesn't have a set Halloween design specifically, which I'm actually debating about giving her one generic specific one, and then doing one based off of some important playthrough. So even though we've had a number of important playthroughs, Among Us really connected with a lot of people, and a lot of people have been really excited about it. It's been really nice seeing how many people like it, and I've got some other people who I know in person who have been enjoying this and who've liked this series. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make Holly's Halloween costume a little Among Us astronaut. Luckily, the art style of Among Us is pretty similar to my own art style. A lot of the time when I'm drawing and doodling and stuff like this, usually I like shading. I tend not to add in shading just for time's sake, because when I had been first coming up with like the ideas for using the different Hollies, I wanted to make a whole bunch of them very quickly, so I'd have a large array of poses and expressions and faces to be able to use and in the future. So I wanted to make sure they were as simple as possible to be able to draw those easier, and because I wanted to make Holly design-wise fun to draw and be recognizable, because it's way more fun to draw Holly than it is to draw my hand, and drawing a hand is a lot harder as well. Like very basic shading, like one extra shade darker and one extra shade lighter as the shine, which is pretty close to how I would shade, which is why I've had a lot of fun drawing the thumbnails, but I haven't drawn it traditionally, which is the way that I usually draw it. It's a sort of reverse. So I'm gonna give this a shot. So we'll add in the little Club Penguin beak, which is the whatchamacallit, the thingamajig. Oh right, ritual taking off of the eyes so I can draw better. See, usually this step I leave out, but I also feel paranoid where it's like, oh, do they think I have like some sort of secret artist in the background and I don't actually draw any of my art? I just trace over stuff, and it's like, oh, you don't actually draw your own things. I just feel, sometimes I just have paranoid thoughts like that, so I'm like, no, you know what? Here, I'll show you. Yes, it is a bean, and it looks like we bears, just a little tad bit. And see, this takes a lot longer than just the really nice, successful, oh, well, now I'm gonna finish drawing it. But also, I don't have too much time to do this anyway, so I'm like, might as well record me doing the initial steps. Okay. It does make the character a little bit more elongated than stout. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm not just drawing the character, I'm drawing the Holly. It only just clicked now, where it's like, yes, that's it. This is what I needed to do. Okay. Not perfect, but better. Since it's in a spacesuit, I can't have Holly's hair. I'm going to do her dress instead, the bell-shaped dress. So I'm going to have where the darker shading comes down, and then we add in the little blue to the bottom of the dress for the silhouette. I know it's going to look a little bit like the Cookie Run frosting, the little white borders they have. Nice. Nice. Draw the rest of the outline. I know it's really light so you can't see it. I'm making up songs on the spot. I hope that it's not too hard to see. I know the size of the line is a little bit inconsistent. I'll probably fix that when I'm adjusting the width of the line. Okay, this is looking closer to the right shape. So, unlike my usual one where I do the very careful outline, I might just use the black Sharpie this time. It's important to get the inside right. I decided I'd make the feet a little bit longer. Sometimes when I'm doing stuff on the spot, I'm like, oh, you know what, I want this a little bit different. I can fix the outside, but I can't fix the inside, so I'm making sure that my motions are much more careful for the inside. But you don't want to forget the outside. Due to the way that I cut out the shapes, I'll generally lean towards, if I'm going to mess anything up, I'd want it to be towards the outside, because I can just cut that out. A little bit like when I was doing the Paper Mario Peach design, where I had a very thick, heavy border. I do like having in a thicker border to a character. I don't always. It depends on what or who I'm drawing. This was a TV dinner box that I cut apart to use as the background here. It's white colored, so it's a little hard to see the full paper. Now here, this is going to be a bit more delicate because I need to make sure that the whole line is consistent, because I can't cut it out when it's in the middle of the design. You've got the real plankton unibrow right here. I wanted this to slightly overlap the dark of this, although if I'm going to thicken the line a little bit. Okay. Headband came out better than I expected, actually. That's not bad. All right. We have design. I'm going to erase at least most of the lines. Now that the ink has dried a little bit, you don't want to do it too fast, or else it'll smudge and it'll ruin the image. So you gotta be careful. I think the way that I want to do the shading for the outfit is a very light shading of this color here. And then I'll blend it a little bit with my finger. Sometimes I draw the full color and then I add in the darken afterwards. Okay. I like mechanical pencils. If you're going to do something like this, I would recommend using regular pencils, but this is just what I have at the moment. My regular pencil is in the other room, and I don't want to get up to get it. So I will do this instead. I want to erase that a little bit just to give it a light touch-up. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back over that to make sure the colors work better. Can't use the lighter orange. Can't use the lighter orange. I didn't do the Peter and the Wolf thing correctly. Gonna use the lighter orange, the lighter orange, the lighter orange. There we go, we go. Ever since we had to do that in music class, it's just ingrained in my mind, and now it's there forever. Once we learned about musical motifs, we watched a stop-motion movie of Peter and the Wolf. Scared me. Was not too big of a fan. But the songs are in my head. Especially after I found out that Peter and the Wolf, apparently, I heard the music on the radio not long after we had seen the stop-motion thing on a classical music station. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, what? And that song is just now in my head forever. Luckily, my wrist and stuff are fine. I spend a lot of time on the computer, but it's very important to rest your wrist, which is also part of why I don't draw as much as I would like to. I see outside that my father is home, so I have to stop this now, which is annoying. I'll have to make this a multiple part thing. Not a multiple part thing. I'm gonna have to combine these together and finish the drawing a little later. Sorry.